Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Dan of Legend with the Gaming Junkie, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a different video, actually. I wanted to give you guys my top 5 tips for weight loss, and I think they're probably the easiest ones I can think of, so here goes. Alright, the number one tip I can possibly think of, and this is one that I used to lose about, I'd say, 30 pounds in a month and a half, is to do a low-carb diet. Now, you can find information on low-carb diets pretty much anywhere that you can Google. I personally did not use the Atkins or the Palo diet. However, I used, I suppose, a variation would be the easiest way to put it. What I did is I tried to keep it under 20 carbs a day, although I let myself get up to 50 on certain days. So the easiest way to do it would probably be just look up the amount of carbs in whatever prepackaged foods you eat. If it has more than 5 carbs per serving, just skip it or eat less than a whole serving. So easiest guidelines are pretty much any type of meat is okay. Pretty much almost any type of cheese, but if it's in a package, just, read to find out. See what else. Any type of vegetable, for the most part, is okay. A single fruit a day, you're usually safe. Just try not to go really over that. And you should be good. I mean, I lost about 1 pound a day. It did take me about a week to get adjusted, but after that, I started losing about a pound a day for a month and a half. And I just lost a ton of weight really quickly. Now, one thing I want to recommend is not to go overboard when you get off the low-carb diet. And I honestly wouldn't recommend doing it for more than 1 month at a time because your body does need carbohydrates. That being said, I also didn't eat as many fruits as I should have or as many vegetables, so keep that in mind. Alright, the number 2 would probably be to start to drink more water. Now, for those of you that don't know, most people do not drink the amount of water they are supposed to. Even if you drink the recommended 4 glasses a day, 4 16-ounce glasses, that is, and you reach, let's say, 64 ounces a day, that is nowhere near what most people actually need to stay hydrated. So a good rule of thumb that I tend to use, and a lot of people have been using recently, is to drink 0.7 ounces for every pound of body weight you have. So for me, I weigh currently about, I want to say 180. So if I multiply that by 0.7, I get around 125 usually, depending on my weight that day. So, which means for the bare minimum of what I should be drinking a day, I should be drinking almost a gallon of water, and that is completely sitting on my butt, not doing anything, which I don't tend to do, but, just to give you guys a point of reference, another number to live by is for every half an hour of exercise you do, you should drink anywhere between 8 to 20 ounces of water, depending on your hydration needs. And that's something you're going to have to figure out by trial and error. Okay, so number 3, I am going to say is actually for fat loss, not just weight loss, but fat loss, because it will make you weigh a little heavier. Weightlifting. Weightlifting is something that I try to do at least 3 times a week, if not 7. And I'll just do different parts of the body. But weightlifting really, really helps. It builds muscle very quickly if you are doing low weight, high repetition. Now I do mid-weight. Give me 1 second. Let me turn my phone off. Okay, somebody I do not know. Sorry about that, folks. All right, now high weight, low repetition will build muscle very quickly, especially if you are just getting into weightlifting. You will have what some people like to call newbie gains, which means you'll gain muscle a lot faster than you will further down your career. Now, here's the other problem with this. During this time, you will gain weight because muscle tends to weigh more than fat. However, you will be burning fat because your body requires more energy to burn when you have more muscle to sustain. It takes a certain amount of calories just to maintain that muscle. So provided you just keep lifting and keep maintaining that muscle size, you will likely start to lose some body fat. I did. That was the way that I first started losing body fat. I lost about, I'd say 15 pounds in about a month. Maybe a little more than, it was probably close to 3 months. I'm probably exaggerating on that one. Now, a lot of people recommend doing like Men's Fitness. I have this gigantic amount of Men's Fitness stuff in my house. I just got this giant Men's Fitness book with all these different exercises in it. They recommend actually doing a low-carb diet in conjunction with weightlifting so that you don't lose a lot of muscle mass. That is the one downside to doing a low-carb diet. You will likely lose some muscle mass even if you continue to lift, but if you do continue to lift, the loss of muscle will be minimized. So I actually agree with them on that one. Just don't overdo it because your body is lacking some nutrition from the carbohydrates. Alright, so we've covered so far a low-carb diet, we've covered more water, we've covered weightlifting. High-intensity interval training is something I am a huge proponent of because it takes hardly any time at all, and I have seen it work in myself. And what high-intensity interval training is kind of what the name would suggest. What you do is you're moving at a very, very fast pace, basically as fast as you possibly can, but for a very, very short amount of time. So what I do personally, and there are a million different exercises you can do, like you do it with push-ups, you can do it with squats, you can do it with jump ropes, you can do it with jumping jacks, you can do it with sprints like I do, you can do it on a treadmill, but I do sprints. And the way that I do it, and this is generally the guideline for any type of high-intensity interval exercise, is I move as fast as I possibly can, putting out as much effort as I can, until my body feels like it starts to slow down. For me, that's after about 8 to 10 seconds, on a really good day 15, but that is by no means the norm for me. And then I can feel like, I can just feel myself start to slow down, and then I just kind of walk for a little bit, and then after, I'd say, a minute, you should give yourself at least a full minute's rest for your heart rate to completely slow down. If your heart rate's not back to basically normal by that point, rest until it is, and you just do that. Most people recommend starting at 4 for beginner. I do 12. And what this does is it creates a phenomenon called excessive post-exercise oxygen consumption, which is when you're doing high-intensity interval training, it works your muscles a little differently, and it consumes all of the lactic acid in your muscles very quickly. And what it'll do is it'll then quickly use oxygen to refill that lactic acid. And while it's doing that, your metabolism is being boosted, and so is your heart rate, everything else. And the nice thing about this type of exercise is it does not burn a lot of calories while you are doing it. However, some studies have shown that it boosts your metabolism for like the next 48 hours. Realistically, I'd say it's closer to 38, but the thing is, if you do it every other day, I mean, you're good to go. I did lose quite a bit of weight using this method. Not quite as quickly as doing a low-carb diet, which is why like I said, I'm probably doing these, I guess, in the order of what I found most effective. This may differ depending on the individual. Like this one fitness YouTuber I watched, love him, great videos. Jack's Plate says everybody is different and responds differently to different situations. And I agree with him, couldn't agree with him more. So my number 5 is got to be a water fast. Now, I personally have not gotten a chance to try this one. However, I know many, many people who have, and I have seen the results for myself. And a water fast is literally not eating anything, not drinking anything other than water. All you do is drink water, and the number of days in a fast can vary. Most people recommend starting out with just 24 hours, nothing but water, and then some people eventually work up to 30 days. Now, here's my thing. This is the reason that this one is the last on the list, in spite of the fact that it probably works the fastest. I do not know entirely how safe it is. I have not gotten a chance to talk to my doctor about it, which is the only reason I haven't done it yet. I am going to go talk to my doctor about it, and I recommend anyone that decides to try this, go talk to their doctor first. And honestly, you don't need to go full 30 days. It's unnecessary. And a lot of people do it to get the toxins out of their body, not specifically for weight loss, and I'm given to understand it's a very, very good method of doing that. However, I am not a fan of starvation. So do with that what you will. I will eventually try doing this probably for like 1 to 3 days, and then maybe max 2 weeks, but no longer than that, because all I'd be trying to do it for is to get the toxins out of my body, and we'll see from there. But as of right now, that is all I have for my top 5 weight loss methods. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will definitely be bringing more fitness-related ideas to my channel. The next fitness-related video I'm probably going to be doing is a top 5, maybe a top 10, we'll see, of ways to detoxify your body and cleanse your system. So please look forward to that. As always, I have been the Dan of Legend with the Gaming Junkie. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye-bye.